Okay, I'm gonna talk about Final Destination Bloodline because I want to talk about Final Destination Bloodline, and I hope I don't. I'm also gonna drive to a diner while I do it. Okay, and I hope I don't get distracted while I do this because for some reason there's a lot of lights. And I don't know if my mental is bad right now. I think I've seen a lot of people die, and now I'm kind of looking out for signs of death right now. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is it coming for me next? Did my family survive everything? Am I already on this? Oh, death is coming for me, but I have fought him off at every corner and turn. There was one time where he had a flaming sword and I had a lightning blade. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I had an idea of the video when I was in the theater and I was all pumped up to do it when I got out of the theater. I got out there and everyone left and I realized I was like, oh my god, it's like 1 a.m. So I probably can't loiter in the theater for an extra 30 minutes with these guys that to like lock up and clean things and like move on. And like one woman was like staring at me from the window, and I saw her, and I was like, oh, okay, it's at the drive. So then I got hungry, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to a thing called a diner, so Honeybee Diner. I don't know, I got this thing for 24-hour diners, you know, so I'm gonna do it. I said, fuck it, why not? And then I lost the interest in doing the video. I didn't want to record it anymore because I don't really know what else I could say about the movie, other than I liked it. I thought it was really good. I thought out of all the Final Destination movies, I think it's my third favorite one. I think it's I really like the first one. I just recently went on like a binge of watching people talk about them and watching them myself. I think I only got up to actually watching, personally watching up to 3. My favorite one is the first one, because the first one just takes the concept of it so seriously and it keeps itself so grounded, and like the people are like genuinely getting horrified. Some of the key moment is like the plane crash. They never really forget about the plane crash. They never really let you forget that that's like the whole thing. Like the people keep talking about it the whole time. The girl, the teacher, I forget her name, Miss Gentry or something. She's on the phone with her sister or her family or her mom, and she's talking about how like she can't do it. How like she's just so upset because she looked the dude in the eye and said, "You're better at French. Go on the plane." And she said, "Oh, she's probably like." She's genuinely upset that she survived, and not because she feels like death is coming for her. She's just upset that she's just upset she survived because she has survivor's guilt. She's blaming herself for sending the guy to his death, which makes sense with how they set it up, because it's like, you know, she feels bad about it and everything. So I like that. I like how it keeps the characters grounded, it keeps them realistic, and it makes them like, it doesn't really let them forget like the sadness of it. And I think Bloodlines does the same kind of thing. I know I saw some people say that it didn't, that it just kind of like has them forget about the family. You just see some funerals that go on. Yes and no. Honestly, it's kind of funny a little bit. They turn the comedy up here a little bit. There's a couple little goofy little bits when they do the killings, and the funeral thing. It's like, okay, the grandma dies. Oh, spoilers, by the way, for the movie, because I am going to spoil it. I'm not gonna not talk about the movie, and not talk about things that had happened in the movie. So grandma dies, boo-hoo. But then the uncle dies right afterwards, and then they do another funeral, and then it's just like, oh my god, we're all gonna die, and then they don't believe her, and then one dude almost dies, but then they don't, but then they go back to the hospital, and then they ironically die in the hospital, which I honestly think is fun. They are clearly like setting things up for comedy, but a lot of the times when the deaths and stuff aren't happening, and it's like the dynamics from the family when they're talking about they're like dying and like trying to survive and do whatever, it's very grounded, it's very realistic. It's like the one girl is trying so hard to save them all, and they're treating her like crazy, but then they start to believe her because of certain things that happen. And honestly, I have to admit, I'm gonna say this right now, I don't think the main character is that good. Stephanie, I think is her name. She's kind of annoying. I don't like her. She's like very obnoxious. She's just, I don't know, like her whole thing is like, oh my god, I'm on academic probation, and then it never gets brought up again. Like she never cares. Like that's her whole thing, you know. They don't need to bring it up because obviously people start dropping like flies, and you gotta worry about that a little bit more. But still, it's just so stupid. And she cares about her thing, and then she gets back home, and everyone just treats her all right, and then she's like abandoned them, but she didn't really abandon them. She just didn't talk to them for a while. They don't see her. Except they say you see her on holidays, but then her brother treats her like shit. So I'm like, do you treat her like shit on the holidays? Like, well, she's home, or I don't know. They don't really keep that. Whatever. I like Charlie though, like her brother, Charlie, the little dude. who's like actually involved with the family, and you can tell he actually has care and passion for them, like especially when he like has a one moment where they cry. But I know it's not a lot. They don't hang on to like the little emotional moments because they want to get to the depths and the setups and like, oh my god, death is coming, this is so weird, we gotta flirt or fight death, we haven't done this like 4 other times before, oh boy, but they don't really let you hold on to it, which honestly I think that is what these movies are missing. I know it's been 15 years since the other one, but from all the ones that I remember watching, they don't really keep a good dynamic with the people. And I feel like if you're going to do a movie, the one thing I kept thinking about through the entire films when I was watching through them was just the fact that they never really spin death in a positive way. It literally is just like gore porn. It's just like, oh, let's watch these people die horrifically. You know they're going to die because that's inevitable. Obviously, that's like the message. But so usually when things do that, they try to spin and take a positive, like, yeah, death may be inevitable, but like learn to live with it and like stuff like that. The other movies never really did that. So you never really cared when the people were dying. There's never really like, oh my god, I'm kind of upset that this guy watched this person die. But when Charlie started like crying over his uncle getting fucking mauled to death by a lawnmower, I was kind of upset for him. I was like, damn, this guy, because from what we knew is he went over there a lot. They were really close to him. Like they did some cool inside jokes when they were over there. They took up a little turtle and everything. But no, we just follow Stephanie, the girl that nobody knows and no one fucking really cares about, and everyone treats her with a cold shoulder because we need to care about them, but she doesn't even care about them. She doesn't start to care or do anything with the family until she has these dreams that keep her up from doing her grades, and then she selfishly goes and talks to the grandma and sparks this whole thing off. Everything could have stopped with that. And I get the movie as the movie. I'm just saying the way they set that up is obnoxious. She's fucking annoying, and I think Charlie would have been a way better main character, and everything. I don't know. I liked it. Is that a fucking fox on the road? What is that in the road? It moves. It is a fox. Get out of here. Go to your hound. Go to your hound. I know you have a hound. Every fox should have a hound. If you get what that's from, then I love you. I love The Fox and the Hound. This is one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Let's take a little break for a minute and talk about The Fox and the Hound. Fox and the Hound, great fucking movie. As an animated movie, it's like up there with some of the, I think, like some of the Ghibli films, honestly. As like an emotional drama for children, top tier. As an emotional drama for an adult, top tier. Not only do you have this story about some weird old like grandma that lives in the woods, that like eccentric grandma or whatever, who's just nice to everybody and everything, and she stops some fox because the mom. I think the mom didn't abandon it. The guy, if I remember correctly, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on this tangent because it's all coming back to me. I think the guy that gets the hound kills the fox's mom, or it's like his dad kills the fox's mom or whatever, and then the baby is saved by the grandma, and then later on the fox like starts to run around. The grandma has to get rid of him for some reason. I think he like fucks up with the milk or whatever. He like attacks a chicken, and then they gotta get rid of him. And he meets the hound and the guy that kills his mom, and then they just become friends. And it's so sad, dude, because I don't think they don't, because it's one of those movies where it doesn't totally end with a good ending. I don't think. And the fox gets away. Because you see them grow up together, and then you see them as they're adults, and then like he has to hunt them down, and like they start to, it's okay, it's fine, he lets him get away, he like tells him when the guy's coming, and it's like a friendly little rivalry thing. Like he doesn't actually want to let his owner kill him. The dog doesn't want to let the owner kill the fox or whatever. But then the dog's brother dies due to some misforeseen circumstances. And then he thinks the fox did it, and everything. It's just a good movie, honestly. You should just go watch The Fox and the Hound. Don't watch Bloodlines. Go watch The Fox and the Hound. It's a really good movie. But then the way it ends is like he understands that I think he understands the fox didn't kill his brother, but he has to kill the fox to avenge his brother to make his owner happy, because his owner's now like really mean to him and everything, and his owner won't be like not mean until he kills the fox. But he can't bring himself to do it because he still has love for the fox. So he lets him go, but he's still like angry at him, and it's like a bittersweet ending. And even as a kid, it felt grueling, it felt gut wrenching, dude. It sucked, Yeah, this is the Fox in the Hat. I just watched these people grow up together. That's reminded me of my brother, I think. Not me, my brother. Well, yeah, me, my brother. That's why I watched him as a kid. But you see, you grow up with someone so much, and then you just, God, it just hurts. But back to what I was saying. I don't even know how I got it. Oh, because I saw a fox on the road. The beginning is really cool. I like it. I enjoy the Sky Tower thing. It reminds me of the Space Needle, which I thought is what it was. And also, anyone who doesn't watch trailers, please get better. Do better things. I just don't skip the ads. If there's a trailer popping up on like a YouTube video or something, don't skip it. Watch it. You might fucking enjoy it, and it pays to watch the trailer because it can really help you determine if a movie is good. I'm sick of fucking people going to movies and be like, oh my god, those movies are so good, and then talking about all the shots that were in the trailer, and I'm like, dude, you just talked about the trailer. And they're like, oh, I didn't watch the trailer. I'm like, yeah, but if you did, you wouldn't have liked the fucking movie because there would have been no substance there. I'm a big fan and big advocate of people actively watching trailers through, because then you get to see what they're actually expanding upon, and if the trailer is actually like, if it wasn't just like, oh, here's the best moments of our, like, the best moments that we're going to show you, and then you're waiting the whole movie to see those, or if it's just like, oh my god, here's these things that you saw that will lead you to, like, we'll showcase you little bits of them in the movie, but you'll never actually know exactly where they're going till the movie lets you. You know, it's better to use a trailer to tease the person than to just showcase the best moments of your film, because then you just showed us the movie. Then what's the point of seeing the 2 hours when I could have just watched the 3 fucking minutes? You know, so you know, and the only reason I bring this up is because there's literally the shot that was trailer bait where she gets out of the fucking car and she's standing and she's looking at the fucking tower. And the shot in the trailer pissed me off so fucking much because it's just like this, oh my god, look at this giant tower, and then it just showed it crash. It's like, oh, okay, so she's gonna crash the fucking tower. Okay, cool, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Obviously she's gonna die, it's gonna look cool, epic. You know, but then before they do that, it showcases she's blindfolded, she's in a car, she's in this bright red old classical car, she's going to drive over a train tracks, and that all comes back later in the end. It's all very important, but they don't show any of that part. But it's important to keep in mind, because then it's like, oh my god, we built up to that one trailer shot, and now I'm not just looking at this building that's going to get destroyed. I'm looking at this happy couple that I now care for, because, you know, they're sweet, they're nice, and they're kind of cutesy and everything, and he's like a real charming fellow, and she's very pretty, and she's clearly happy with him. And, you know, I'm explaining it too much again, but, you know, I'm not just looking at her, look at this tower that's about to be destroyed. I'm looking at a travesty. Like, it went from me being like, oh, this is so stupid, to me being like, oh my god, I can't wait. Like, I'm super excited, but like, I also don't want it to happen, you know? And I forgot, treated the trailers. I would, you know what, another little tangent. This is my thing, I do want to. And girly, if you are pissed off again because you're taking so long to get to the point. I already talked about the movie a little bit. I said I liked it. So there, I finished the job before I even continued. So you can't complain this time. I don't want you to call me and be like, or leave a stupid little comment and be like, it took you this long to get to the fucking point. I got to the point, and now I'm getting some other points. I wrote from some notes because I was gonna do it in the fucking thing, but I couldn't do anything, so I had a thing. Okay, I saw cool movie trailers. Okay, yeah, sorry, I had to do that. I had to get that off my chest. Trailer that popped up in the very beginning. It was from an old Stephen King novel. It was called, what was it? I'm not gonna check it while I drive. Don't worry about that. And there's a cut after this moment. It's not because I checked it while I drove. It's because I sneezed. It was called The Long Walk, and I've never read the book, I've never seen anything, but it looks, the way the trailer is set up is so cool. It's kind of such stuff, the only way I can describe it is like a Black Mirror episode. Is like, there's just a bunch of people walking, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, this walk's not for the best of us. If you can't get your feet stepped, you better walk out. And it's like, oh, okay, what, they're walking, and then these people with guns show up in these military jeeps, and you're like, what is this? And they're talking about some like marathon or like some championship or whatever. And you're like, oh, this is, ooh, what the fuck? Why are you slowing down? And it's like, well, what the fuck is going on? This is kind of getting odd. But I'm like, okay, they're gonna walk with people with guns. It's like, this is weird. This is getting eerie. And then one dude falls behind. He like says something like is like grabbing him, and he can't walk anymore. I'm very certain he says the line, "It's biting my dick," which does sound like a Stephen King line, because it also seems like they're all children. So it does sound like a Stephen King line, but I think that's what he says. Which in my head at first I thought they were walking down like a trail and they were like fighting it. I don't know why. I guess it's just because I got done listening to Creepcast with a Sun Vanished ARG. It's about like aliens and everything. And I was like, are they fighting invisible aliens while they walk down this road? I was like, that's so cool. They're gonna fight invisible aliens if they lag behind. They get shot. Oh yeah, the guy gets shot. And then you're like, whoa, he got shot because he can do a walk. And then a lot of weird shots of like weird things happening and them trying to just keep the walk. And then some dude says the rules that they stay above 3 miles per hour, and they don't, they get like a strike. And only one of them can win the race. And then this one shot where this guy's walking with like a leg that's sideways. Oh, it's horrendous. It's awesome though. I liked it. I thought it was good. I can't wait for it. It actually looks really fucking great. And then the makers of The Barbarian are coming out with a new movie, which I also forget what it was called. And there's another cut here. Again, it's not because I went and I checked the thing while I drove. It is because I saw a plane crash in the sky, and I went over there to check for any survivors, and sadly I found none of them. This one was called Weapons. So it's like about this teacher who has all her kids from her class just disappear all at once, and at the same time, it's like 2:17 a.m. and they never come back. And it's just a bunch of things like this girl going crazy, seeing the dead kids in her classroom, people blaming her for it, even though she had that, because it was just her classroom and her kids, and everything. It's from the makers of The Barbarian. And it's really cool, it's really eerie, it's really fascinating, it's very interesting to me, and I can't wait to see this one too, because it's just like, I want to know why. And the people of The Barbarian, if you've ever seen The Barbarian, please go watch it. It is such a good movie. It keeps building upon itself, but in such really good ways. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's like, oh my god, there's this basement. This is a weird basement. And oh my god, there's a basement in my basement. And the basement in my basement has a woman. And why is she trying to feed me her milk from her titties? You know, it's it's a really good movie. It's fucking awesome, and I just like how they build upon everything, and they make the mystery even more mysterious as it goes on. But then it just keeps wrapping itself around, and it comes up. And I think in The Barbarian, yeah, they have just one dude randomly come at the end and be like, "Oh yeah, it's just this woman, this guy, this pervert, kept a girl locked a long time, and she mother." So they might do that again, but the way the story is told up until it is very compelling. So yeah, those are the two things that I wanted to talk about, and now I'll get back to Final Destination bucket list. Yeah, the first death scene is really cool. I think all the death scenes in this, in all of the Final Destination movies, like hit completely. I think if any franchise has ever nailed what it's supposed to do throughout like its entire franchise, I'm gonna say it's Final Destination. It never really misses the mark on the kills. I know in the fourth one, if that's the racetrack one, they do a lot of the 3D CGI bullshit stuff, and it is kind of annoying and stupid, but the kills are still fun and fresh and new and like funky and everything, and they're like graphic. So and I think this one has some really good ones. I got it. There's the one in the hospital. There's the trash truck one. There's the one at the very end with the logs. Yeah, this one has some very unique and cool ones, and I liked it. And the beginning kill is no different. It's no exception. It is really good. It's really fantastic. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse in like a really nice way, but it does that thing that all Final Destination movies do, where it shows you the setup. I think this one shows you a bit too much, and it's a bit weird. It's like, oh, he throws the penny, like the kid throws the penny off the fucking roof, and it gets clogged into the fan for a minute, and it's like, does she see that? Like I forget the grandma's name. I think it's Lori or Lassie or whatever. But I'm like, does the grandma, in her vision, I guess she does see it in her vision, because she stops the kid from throwing the penny, because she knows that's what starts it. So I guess in her vision she sees it, but it doesn't make any sense why she sees the penny's point of view in her vision. I never understood that. I don't get that part. But yeah, she stops this kid, the stupid asshole kid. I can't wait to get to this next part of the kid, whatever. But then the dance floor breaks. Well, she doesn't do it first. Yeah, first they go and they start dancing because she's about to get. He proposes to her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and it's really sweet. It's very happy. I was like really rooting for them. I like them as a couple, you know. I just saw them, and I was like, "Oh, they're kind of cute for like a 1950s whatever." And then they go down, they dance on the dance floor, and I have a problem with this already. No one noticed the dance floor was gonna crack at all. Are you kidding me? Like, even when the thing first fell on it, like there was this little chandelier part that fell and cracked the dance floor. Even when that fell on the dance floor, no one fucking knew. You couldn't tell that the dance floor was gonna crack. It started. You could probably hear it or feel it, and it was probably going like it looked so obvious to me. I don't even care if you're having fun. You're standing on glass. And I was like, why would you make a dance floor out of glass? Why would you do anything like that out of glass? You're so annoying. You're so... They do set it up, but the person was like, oh, in the elevator, like, yes, and it was finished 5 months before completion and everything, and it's all good and it's all dandy, and the elevator stops working, so it's like, okay, this building's gonna fucking fail. You knew that. Everyone knows that, but the movie sets it up pretty well. There's this really cool part with the piano. It's my favorite part. It's probably my new favorite kill in the Final Destination franchise. I'm gonna be honest. Before this one, my favorite kill was when I think his name was also Billy. He gets crushed with a bunch of glass planes outside of it, once he's done at the dentist's office, because he goes and kicks some birds that were trying to help him. The birds are trying to save your life, you fucking idiot, because the guy was about to kill you at the dentist's office. So he goes, he chases around some doves, and he get a bunch of glass planes fall on him. And I just think it's really funny because he just got a bunch of dental work done, and his mom probably had to pay for all that. It was probably real expensive, and then he just died. And I just like that one a lot. But my new favorite one in the franchise is probably this one. So that asshole kid that I was talking about that starts the whole thing off with the penny, he's the only one that escapes the tower. And when the piano falls and breaks and kills this poor Asian woman as she's staring at her death and slowly turns around at the piano, I'm like watching this kid, and I didn't think they were gonna kill the kid. I thought the kid was going to live. I thought he was gonna survive because I didn't think they had the gall to do it. Because I don't know, kid death doesn't happen a lot. I cheer every time it does in a movie because I think we should kill more children in movies because we need to let them know that they're not safe either. And he gets out and he's just holding his pen. He's like, oh, I'm so happy. Yes, I made it out. And the piano falls off. I can't, it's so funny. The piano just fucking flattens this child and makes him Stanley, dude. It's fucking awesome. The only thing I wrote down, and I didn't take much notes because there's a point where I really just was paying attention, but at the beginning when like everything's happening, it's just the setup and everything I did. And dude, it was so funny. I literally audibly out loud laughed. I don't think anyone else did, but in the theater I audibly let out a chuckle. I actually wonder what happened to that kid now after he survived, because he must have survived. And it might have been in like the little newspaper articles they had, like a little Easter egg, because they did have a lot of those. I hope the way he died in the universe where he survived, which I guess would be the main one, was he became a professional piano player, and then he worked. Hold on, I had to think about this. Became a professional piano player, and he was on stage playing piano, and then all of a sudden his piano falls and breaks his toes, and then as it breaks his toes, a bunch of MacGuffin things have happened by then. That a sandbag. No, it doesn't. No, it has to be. I want it to be a piano. Oh my god, dude. Oh my. So say, okay. So it's in the world where, here's my headcanon now. In the world where he survived, he was the producer for that Bruno Mars music video for the one where he says, "I'll catch a grenade for you." Grenade. And you know how he's driving on the road while he's playing piano? I want the guy's the producer, and he's like shooting it, and he's like waiting in the road, and they take a turn too quickly, and it unhooks the piano with Bruno Mars in it from the truck, and it just slams into him, and it crushes him. Like it crushes him against the thing, and Bruno Mars is just still playing because he's shell shocked, so he's just goes, "Oh, get your good now, baby." That's how I want that. That's my head kid. That's how that kid died. But yeah, I don't actually want to talk about the rest of the movie. Just like I said, the deaths are really cool. They set him up really well. The barbecue was nice. He got his head chopped off by a fucking. He got his head completely grinded by a lawnmower, Mr. Uncle Henry. It was awesome. And he did the little funeral thing. Eric's stuff kind of pisses me off because his whole thing that it teases us with at the tattoo shop, it's really fun and it's cool, and it kind of showcases his character. Like I actually, during the trailers, there was another thing I was like, I'm gonna hate this guy. I'm gonna fucking hate him because he's annoying and he's stupid, and he's doing that one thing. He's gonna walk into, they're teasing, he's gonna walk into the bus and they're gonna pull from the first movie and like the third movie where they get hit by a truck. It's gonna fucking happen, and they don't ever actually do that in this film. It's congrats to them. I was dead fucking wrong. Congrats. But it's just so stupid because we find out later that he's not even a real child of the family. He was like he was a bastard essentially. So he wasn't gonna die anyway. So they just wait. That was just a waste of time and a waste of whatever. What death were you just screwing around for us? Did you know the cameras are rolling? It was just annoying. I thought they were gonna pull some bullshit like, well, he escaped death at the tattoo shop because he was supposed to die there, but that was clearly death. It had the wind chime and everything. It had the stupid weird like stuff that started to happen. I forget what it's called, the Ruth Goldberg machine bullshit happening stuff. You know, it hooked his nose ring to a fan, and then it started a fire with liquid, and it blew up the tattoo shop. What's with you and blowing up buildings that you're causing a lot of infrastructural damage? What are you trying to do? Make the housing crisis come again, you piece of shit? Yeah, actually, maybe, because a lot of people would kill each other after that. The riots. Oh, God, it's this whole fucking plan. But, yeah, so it just doesn't make any, like, it's just annoying, because he dies later in the hospital, but the way he does die later is awesome. The garbage truck one, like I said, was really cool. I saw like how they set that up, and it looked really nice, and it's so it's awesome how they set it up. Like they walk by, she says it all, and it doesn't happen to Eric, but then it happens right afterwards. It's kind of weird, like a soccer ball kicks her into the fucking trash can, has enough force to kick up into the trash can. A grown woman, like, are you fucking kidding me? I also don't like how during the barbecue scene they keep teasing you with like, who's got the glass in their cup? Oh no, who's got the glass in their cup? But again, if you've seen the trailer, like everyone should know, you know that eventually the glass is what gets him to die. So it doesn't even matter who has the glass in their cup. So why keep showing us them drink out of it with like, and then cut to a cup with glass in it? Like, we know eventually the glass is gonna do it, because you might be thinking, oh, they're just showing the glass shark. No, they're literally trying to do some mystery thing and be like, oh my God, who has it? Who's got the glass? It's fucking weird. We don't know. It's like, but then when they put the cups down, you can clearly tell they're not gonna let you know, because they take it out of the cup. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself. Also, I have a big issue with the weird mom thing that shows up, and they let her do the barbecue, and she's all like fine and dandy, and they all like forgive her, and they're all like okay with her, even though she abandoned their family for years, and everyone just gets over. Like, that part doesn't really, but everything else with the family is fine. The rest of the family night was cool. The family was cool, but some of it is like hit or miss. So they forgive very easily. I think it's just maybe that's just a flaw of this family. I know people that do that all the time. The hospital one is really cool though. I like the hospital one because that's when you find. That's when you get to the you find that his name is JB. Jonathan Bloodworth is the guy's name. He also plays the Candy Man, I'm pretty sure. He's the guy that always explains to the people about death and like the rules. And he's the guy that said that big line, and you don't even want to fuck with that Mac Daddy. That one, the one that everyone quotes all the fucking time. He said that one. That was him. So you find that his name is JB. And usually, they do something different with him here that I really liked, because usually in the Final Destination Raiders, like I said before, they don't spin it in like a positive way. They don't try to spin it like a positive message of like you shouldn't fear death. You should try to like live what you have to the fullest and do whatever. And I'm surprised no one in the movies had tried to do that. Maybe that's what that's just trying to teach you to do. Maybe he's trying to be like, dude, stop trying to run from me. I'm gonna get you. But if you start living your life happily, maybe I'll feel bad and be like, you know what? I'll let you be for a fucking minute and I won't fucking hit you with a bus. You know, maybe if they just stopped freaking out, everything would have been fucking fine. No one ever fucking tried that. But this guy did. But he tells him about Kimberly and how to survive death and other stuff like that. And he's in. And then you have Eric and his brother, whatever, Bobby or whatever. He's just like, oh my god, we gotta kill you. We can kill you. Or he's like, you can kill someone else and take their time. Which Dr. Jordan Breeden on YouTube had a really good idea. He's like, just go kill a baby. And if you kill a baby, you probably live another like 90 years. You don't know. I mean, you don't know how long that baby has, but you know that also doesn't mean you just keep killing babies. You just keep finding a way to like murder people and get away with it. You just live forever in the world of Final Destination. You can literally become immortal, which is awesome, I guess, if you're okay with murdering people, or if you. See, the thing is, because the other rule is if you die and come back to life, like a doctor or something, you cheat death. Does that mean death comes back for you later, or are you then also essentially, is Kimberly immortal? They do the funny bit in the movie this time where Eric and his brother are like, they look over at babies and they're just like, well, we wouldn't do that. No, we would never do that. So then they decide to feed him peanut butter and try to kill him. And it's really funny. They said the little spring thing that from their Reese's cup after they like fuck with the machine. The vending machine, and Eric gets absolutely decimated by the MRI. It is fucking awesome. It is. I shouldn't say I love it because it's horrific, but it is fucking awesome the way that they kill him. It is really good, and I think honestly that death alone makes the movie worth watching. I'm pretty sure. God, I really gotta stop getting on track because now I know I'm gonna sound like I was just about to do my thing. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about what I meant about the positive spin guy, what he said. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, so what he said was he talks to him all about that, and then he just turns away, and they're like, dude, what? Please help us. We don't want to die. Blah blah whatever. What do you? And he talks about how he helped the grandma set up her base of like it's not even like a base that you would fight death off of. It seems like she would survive a zombie apocalypse there, but it's fine. And then he turns away. He's like, look, babe. No, he doesn't say it. He's like, look, bitch, I'm tired. I've been helping people with death for a very long fucking time, and I'm done with it. You know? So before you guys all die, because then my time is up, I'm gonna go live what life I have, rest, and fucking enjoy it. And I think you all should do the goddamn same. Life is precious. And let's have what we have left. And I'm like, that's really fun. I think it's such a cool detail to have the guy that just kind of put the fear of death in everybody and gave them the rules how to survive it, but then told them not to fuck with it or whatever, is also the guy that near the end, at the end of it, is just like, hey, look, just accept it and just move on and just learn to live with it. Just like have fun with the time you have left or something. And like I also think the guy died after this role, unfortunately. I don't know his actual name, but he did pass away. And I think I heard that this was his last speaking roles or speaking lines in the movie, which is, it's good that I think this is one of his main roles besides Candyman. So it's fun, it's good. And I think it's a good send-off that the man who is telling you to enjoy your life is sadly, well, not a good send-off, but I think it's kind of ironic, though, that the guy that's telling you to enjoy life and have happy it just happened to pass away soon afterwards. But, you know, it's a good message to leave. And then I think the last thing that I really want to talk about is just, like, the ending. The ending is so cool. So it turns out, like, they do a cool thing. They go back to the cabin. Death comes from, blah, blah. People save each other. But it turns out that the one girl didn't actually die, and she wasn't, like, brought back to life. She just, like, was unconscious and was brought back to life. So then they're sitting around there, and everything that happened at the very beginning of the movie with her vision of her grandma, the red truck tried on the train tracks, the penny, even the penny comes back, which I thought was kind of cheesy, but I liked it. So the penny, they dropped the penny before, and then the penny was super important. It was like the one thing that started everything, did whatever. So the penny comes back, and it stops. First of all, I don't think a penny could derail a train. I'm gonna be honest. That's what happens. But also, now I'm remembering JB plays with a train, at the beginning when he's a kid, and the train is what kills the girl that stops death from, or that was stopping death from coming to him. So, whoops. But yeah, so the penny stops at the train tracks and like derails the train, and then they start to run, and it looks like they're gonna survive. And they like run out the train tracks, like, oh my god, that was close. Oh, we gotta go. Blah 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 blah. But then lumber from the train falls down and just hits him, and it goes and it crushes him, and it's really funny. And it's all because it's like the whole movie they're teasing. It's like, beware of lumber, don't beware of lumber trucks, watch out for them, blah blah blah. And then at the very end, they get fucked by a lumber train, and I just think it's very good irony. But yeah, this movie was really good. The actors were all really good. They were doing their jobs well. The deaths were fantastic. Like I said, it still hits. Final Destination has never not done good with that. So I think overall, honestly, this movie overall is probably like an 8.5 out of 10. It's very good, very well done, and I think it really kept. 15 years later, it didn't really change much of the Final Destination franchise. It didn't fuck with the rules much either. I don't really think, and not as much as like the other ones have already done. So all in all, I think it's pretty good. I thought it was really good. I know I explained it over like 30-40 minutes, but screw you. I wanted to. I had a lot of extra shit in here, so I'm gonna go to a diner. This is how I want to end it though. Look at my pen that I use to write my notes. My friend bought me this for me. You get by. Don't watch out for death. And also, Stephanie, did you ever make it off academic probation? You're not now because you're dead. But did you ever make it off academic probation? You fucking idiot. Or did you stay stupid? We never know.